Hi, I'm Craig McGinnis, the founder of Well-Being, providing practical, usable business training for holistic and alternative wellness practitioners. I want to talk today about what it is that creates value for our clients. What is it that our clients are willing to pay for? And what are they happy to pay premium prices for? In my experience, a lot of wellness practitioners do a lot of hit and miss marketing, in part because they're not clear on who it is they're trying to reach or where their clients can be found. And that makes selling a challenge and a drain on your resources and on your energy. The other result is that a practitioner in this position has to worry a lot about their pricing, always afraid they're charging too much, always a little embarrassed to tell their clients how much a session is, always pricing things based on what everyone else charges, instead of what you feel in your heart of hearts what you do is worth. So my proposition to you today is this: clients find value not in the service or products we sell, but in the story we tell. In the case of a wellness practice, that's the story you tell about yourself, about your passion, about why you do what you do, about your personal values around wellness and helping your clients feel better. We tend to think or rationalize that we buy what we buy because of some descriptive, objective characteristic or feature of the product or service we're buying. Its speed, its size, its capacity. And we do buy things for those reasons. But the things that we buy only for those reasons are either commodities that we don't care that much about, and so we just want the cheapest price possible, or they're things that we're not thrilled about, but that we settle for because unfortunately it's the best we can do. But when we buy something we're thrilled with, something that we're happy or proud to be a part of, something where we're way less concerned about what it cost, it's because we aren't buying the thing, we're buying a story that resonates with us on an emotional level because it's the same story we tell about ourselves. And this is true whether you're talking about people who buy a major brand toothpaste or the baking powder-based product from the farmer in Vermont. It's true about people who buy enterprise software from an established firm like SAP or Oracle, or would rather work with the startup in the loft downtown. It's true of the person who's a loyal Starbucks customer, or the person who gets coffee at the funky coffee bar in the back of the used record shop. So one comparison I use to illustrate this is the difference between a Prius and a Hummer. Now, I could make the argument that these are essentially two versions of the same product, separated by some different features, specifications, size, speed, gas mileage. They're both means of personal transportation. They both operate on essentially the same technological platform. They have 2 axles, 4 wheels, rubber tires. They both depend principally on an internal combustion engine. They need the same complementary infrastructure in place in order to be of value or to work. They need a common network of roadways and gas stations and traffic rules and stoplights. And both go to market in the same way, through networks of independent dealerships. But even with all that, would anyone seriously argue that a Prius and a Hummer are 2 versions of the same product? I mean, the truth is, I think the person who drives the Prius could hardly have a civil conversation with the person who drives the Hummer about personal transportation. So what does a Prius say? What's the story it tells, and what does the buyer believe? What's the story they tell? Well, I think the person who buys a Prius tells themselves a story that they care about the earth, they care about the environment, and they know that no one of us can save the planet, but if we each do even our own little part, maybe we can make a difference. And that's essentially the story the Prius is really the first and certainly one of the foremost hybrid cars tells. So that when I'm driving my Prius, I feel good about myself because the car I'm in reflects the story I tell about myself. When I get out of my car at the grocery store or whatever, I feel good about it because it's a reflection of me. It's an extension of me. It's part of my story. The Hummer driver, on the other hand, he doesn't need to save the planet. He owns the planet. He can go anywhere he wants in that bad boy. Now, understand, this is not a value judgment or a moral judgment. It's just to say that we live in a diverse society, and there are a lot of different stories that different people tell about themselves. And the job of good branding and good marketing is to find and connect us with the people who tell themselves the same story we tell. These people are our natural or our ideal clients. They're the people who won't just be okay with what we do, they'll be wowed by what we do. These are the people who will be thrilled to tell their friends about what we do. And just as there are lots of cars, but then there are cars that tell a story that resonates with us, yes, there are lots of acupuncturists, but then there are acupuncturists that tell a story that resonates with particular clients who tell themselves that same story. Yes, there are lots of massage therapists, but then there are massage therapists that tell a story that resonates with particular clients that tell themselves that same story. So you get the point. Your story is where your real value lies. Tell a good, authentic, consistent story and focus on the people who tell themselves that same story, and you will attract more clients who are thrilled by what you do, and you will create a space that helps insulate your practice from generic competition, allowing you to charge what you're really worth. I hope you'll continue to follow what we're building at Wellbeing so that you can learn and understand how to build an aligned foundation that supports your practice and allows you to focus on your passion and the things that keep you invigorated, the things that support your own well-being. Thanks for watching, and let's keep connecting.